Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles, elders, and great millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing this word, and all true sincerity and sacrifice their lives wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children tuning in and listening, and shalom to his Israelite foreign scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, his only begotten Son name and Savior is Yahweh Shai. Alone when this video is edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video right here will be a title, Apologize to the Hebrew Israelites Re-upload. So, by now, well, no, I don't want to say by now, but this week, the elder in South Carolina, he did a video he did a response video to a woman saying, that these people owe the Hebrew Israelite response. Now, I don't have the video up, but you can go to his channel, South Carolina, GMS South Carolina 06. But long story short, the woman did a video saying, y'all know who y'all need to apologize to? It ain't none of these influencers. She mentioned the Hebrew Israelites. Now, you know, a lot of these Hebrew Israelite groups teach a form of the truth, but not the 100% truth. But, you know, prophecies going off and jumping out, going out left and right. And regardless of what you people think or how people feel or what people want to believe in, at the end of the day, these prophecies that Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai have had written in his book is being shown. And on top of that, it's coming. It's being shown. It's coming true. And that's the second entry. I get that too real quick because I'm gonna grab that real quick. Because a lot of these prophecies, regardless of what you feel, what somebody got to say, is gonna come true. It's gonna come true. Regardless of what a man say, what a woman got to say, what a non-believer got to say. At the end of the day, those prophecies are gonna come true. So this is I'm going to start off here at 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Yeah, the Lord have put these words in this book in the mouth of the prophets, to constantly meditate on the scriptures, constantly look and see if prophecies being taken is taking place right now, right here, right now, or is for an appointed time or not. And these prophecies are what? They're coming. Actually, let me read verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So regardless of what a lot of people like to say, what a lot of people like to think, what a lot of people would like to, I wouldn't even say necessarily believe, but what a lot of people come to the realization of that that the so-called Israelites, those crazy black men that's supposedly screaming on the corner. Now, not every group do this. GMS do not do this, but, you know, you got a lot of these other groups that do. But primarily, GMS is only teaching prophecy at this point. Now, you know, there might be some other groups that to my knowledge, I don't know any that teaching too many prophecies. But a lot of, at the end of the day, you know, this Hebrew Israelite, the so-called Hebrew Israelite movement ain't just something to play around with or something to make fun of. And it's not just a fashion or a fad or a trend. This is I want to a religion, but it's a lifestyle too, because the real Israelites are play a part in prophecy. No matter if they're 2/3, no matter if they're the 1/3, no matter if they're 144,000, no matter, you know, all of that. You got the speckled birds too. But at the end of the day, you know, what's being written is coming to pass, regardless of what somebody has to say or what somebody feels. And I'm gonna grab Romans chapter 3. Yeah, I'm a little off topic, just a slightly bit off topic, but I'm gonna get to the point. Because at the end of the day, we do not need you people to believe what the prophets are saying. And on top of that, we're not going to take the credit. This is all up to the Lord and how he wanted this to play out. We're not going to take credit for none of the things the Lord, you know, obviously want us to do. We're not going to take credit for that. We're not going to take credit for that because it's all up to the Lord. The Lord can have rocks prophesying. And that's written in the scriptures. So this is Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bashim Shai without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yeah, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. And yeah, without our judge. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we don't need you people to validate what we believe in. Now, if you believe in this, cool. As you should, if you're an Israelite, if you do. Now, those that don't believe, we don't need your validation. But a lot of Israelites starting to see that what the apostles and elders, apostle and elders at Great Millstone have been teaching is that the MOTB is the CHIP. You know, the not just the Gentile thing, but all of these things. The things that not even just the controversial topics, but we're focused on prophecy. You know that America, aka Babylon the Great, is falling. It took a while for people to believe that. You know, back in I say 2015, people ain't think this place was falling. People was still partying, bullshitting, going to parties, getting turned up on the weekends, still going to college, still trying to pursue their dreams, still acting like shit was cool. Now the mirth is gone. Now COVID, the COVID-19 happened. Now it's, oh shit, hey, what was going on? Now 5 years later, you got more and more stuff popping off and going on. You have solar and lunar eclipses happening, blood moons, all of these things. You have a lot of incidents going on that's showing that these prophecies are taking place. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Because at the end of the day, we are not going to take, we're not going to glory in things that Yahweh Bashim Shai have set up. Because that's not, the glory don't go to us. Because the Lord could just dispose of us, obviously. But another thing is this: the prophets are being known. The prophets are being known by what? By prophecy. So this is Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And yeah, that's what prophets do. And did those things not come to pass? Regardless if it was regardless if it was prolonged or not, did it not come to pass or going to come to pass? Verse 9, the prophet was prophesy of peace. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh has truly sent him. So yeah, that's how you know a true prophet is being known, because why? What they're teaching and what they're prophesying is coming to pass, regardless of what someone feels, what somebody says. And the prophets don't speak from pure emotion. We speak from the scriptures. No emotion, pure scriptures. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be mixing our feelings in, and we're supposed to be spiritual. The things of this world is enmity with the Most High, which is roughly paraphrasing. But the things of this world, but also that goes with feelings too. What we feel and what we grew up doing is enmity with the Lord. That's another thing too. A lot of these people starting to realize like what they feel does not matter. What you grew up being taught from your great grandmother, your dad, your dad, your great grand, regardless of your grandparents, your great grandparents, your great great grandparents, all that stuff you've been been taught throughout the centuries of oppression is what? Is all folly. Because at the end of the day, Esau Edom was the one behind it, putting it in our heads, because it was a channel slavery, hardcore slavery. But what? At the end of the day, it's being shown that what? The things of this world are being pulled down. This truth is pulling down strongholds of things that was taught from Esau Edom and learned from Esau Edom, and in what's that? Not Stockholm syndrome, but the teaching of man. So from here, I'm gonna jump to Ezekiel chapter 5, because regardless of what people like to say, we're coming into times where prophets ain't gonna be sitting out here still prophesying. The more prophecies that come to pass, the more things that are being written, come to pass, or more things that are written are coming to pass. At the end of the day, that's showing that the fulfillment of the word is coming, and we're not gonna be on the street trying to break Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1 and 2 and on forward down. We're not gonna be doing that. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 5. And whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. So regardless of what you Israelites got to say and believe, and then that's the kicker too. It's more Israelites that don't believe than heathen. Now these heathen understand and know and start to see that what these prophets have been saying is coming to pass. Even though they're not Israelites, they acknowledge that what's being taught or what's being preached is truth. They don't like it, so they come up against it, because the heathen's gonna rage. Because why? They don't get the inheritance that we get. They don't get the kingdom that we get. They don't get the blessing that we get. But even these heathens know what's right and what's wrong. That's why they try so hard to deter us from the Lord. But what? You got Jake that's sitting out here, oh, that ain't us. Y'all just hate everybody. There's more things to worry about than hating. Regardless of what you feel or what you want to think or what you believed in this world, actually, you know what? A lot of these things that are believed in this world are going to be put to the test. Do you truly believe what you have been learning in the Christian church is going to come to pass? And oh yeah, that's another video too. That's funny because of the rapture. But anyway, that's another video topic. But at the end of the day, these things that are being written, these things that are taking place, is going to come to pass. So, and that's another thing too. You Israelites are going to find out that what y'all have been bucking up against, what y'all have been fighting so hard against, is going to be your downfall. And it was really the truth. So this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, and some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And yeah, a lot of Israelites going to be in the kingdom. They're gonna be like, damn, we fucked up. Like they gonna have that feeling of, damn, we was on the wrong side of things. And these heathens are gonna feel that too. Though they're feeling it now, they really gonna feel it in the kingdom. Now, yeah, they feel it. They starting to feel it now. That's why they're acting like that. Actually, no, they don't feel it like what they're gonna feel it in the kingdom. Let me say it like that. They don't feel it like how they're gonna feel it in the kingdom. But at the end of the day, what? They're gonna feel it. They're gonna know that, damn, we was on the wrong side of things, and they know they're on the wrong side of things. So at this point, it's just time for them to go into captivity, and that's gonna happen pretty soon. But yeah, I didn't want to make this video long. This was just a response that was on my spirit to do. Because at the end of the day, no, we're not taking credit for any of this, because this is not of our will. Because realistically, if we wanted to do what our flesh wanted to do, a lot of brothers want to be in the truth. Apostle Gabar says it all the time. He wanted to be in music. He did not want to. He wasn't thinking about the truth. A lot of us came from a vast majority, if not all of us, because we all came from the world anyway. Now, some brothers grew up and learning from their parents, but a vast majority of us brothers, we didn't think, oh, we're going to be prophets, we're going to be apostles and teachers of the truth, and we're going to do this and that. And that was not in our mindsets. That wasn't something that was in our mind. But the prophets have been ordained from the womb. Jeremiah, that's Jeremiah 1. And then another one too. But ultimately, if we wanted to do what we wanted to do, we wouldn't be in the truth. But the Lord has had it to where these men come together out of the world to preach the truth. and in unity. And by unity, I don't mean unity from other camps. I mean unity within the same camp, within the same doctrine. But Lord, when this video edify, I'm going to close out by giving all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Lord, when this video is edified, and on to the next one. Shalom.